What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dyllan and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today I want to talk about a few little things that have been on my mind recently. I've been going on the Destiny Reddit quite a lot recently and I've been quite surprised as well. There's been a lot of surveys on the Destiny Reddit recently that I've been participating in just to sort of see the results and see what the Reddit community at least thinks about Destiny 2. And it's actually been super interesting to see where everyone's actually sitting on the game. Pretty much everyone agrees on a lot of the topics as to, there's, the end game needs improving or, just other things like that. I'm not going to turn it into a rant video because that's not the idea of it, but I just found it really interesting to see that even the casual portion of the Reddit community that plays Destiny 2 is sitting on the same page. Granted, there might be a few things that they think could be changed in a different way compared to the hardcore players, but pretty much the core fundamentals of what everyone's complaining about, everyone pretty much agrees in terms of wanting certain things to be improved. Now, I have my fingers crossed in the first DLC that we'll get a lot of quality of life improvements and all that sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong, it sucks having to wait for an expansion just to get some improvements to the game, but that's the way Bungie like to do it. They like to release a big burst of content in one, so it just sort of like overwhelms you in a sense. Hopefully that's what we get. Fingers crossed. I'm praying that we do. One of the next things I want to talk about as well is how, in my opinion, this is not a negative like jab at Bungie or anything like that, because I have a lot of respect for Bungie. But in every sense that every time the community's complained about something, right? Hear this. So in Destiny 1, when the game launched, auto rifles were extremely strong. It was Suros Regime and a couple of other legendary ones like Grim Citizen, Shadow Price, all that sort of stuff. When the actual community complained about that, they got nerfed into the ground, and then auto rifles pretty much never recovered from that. Moving on after that, it was Thorn Last Word, hand cannons. Again, the community complained about that, and then they got nerfed pretty much into the ground to the stage where they weren't as usable. So then that brought in a new wave of guns. Taken King went into pulse rifles, then again, they got hit a little bit, and then they were still pretty decent, pulse rifles, but it was mainly the high impact ones that suffered a lot, similar to like Red Death. There used to be a consistent 2-burst to the head in Destiny 1, but obviously they got nerfed to where it was sort of consistent, but sometimes you wouldn't get the 2-burst, depending on like if the enemy was running max armor or all that sort of stuff. And just over time, I mean, even if you go into subclasses as well, Blade Dancer, everyone complained about that in Destiny 1 year 1, same as Sunsinger, then they got nerfed into the ground, nobody ever used them unless you was using fusion grenades or stickies or whatever. So many things have been nerfed along the way, and every single time it's been an overreaction, I feel. You know what I mean? Like, every single time we've asked for something to be nerfed or tweaked, they've just overreacted. Like, going into Destiny 2, I can't help but feel like, we wanted slower ability cooldowns, which was reasonable. And that's fine, but again, we've got like an overreaction of that. Like PvE, you never really get to use your super or your abilities or anything, which is one of the next things I want to talk about, which is, I think, like, the time has come really where Bungie really need to balance PvE and PvP separately. Like, it's hurting the game, like, in my opinion, so much. Like, PvP, like, every single design choice in Destiny 2, I can't help, but I feel like every single design choice has been made in favor of PvP going into Destiny 2. And that, for like a large portion of the community, pretty much, probably more than 50%, of the PvE players, like, that play the game, is not good. Like, we don't get to use our abilities as much. Like, I miss playing Destiny 1 using my Sunsinger, spamming grenades like crazy. I miss playing my Void Walker, with the scatter grenades with like, the energy drain build, just being able to throw them constantly and just regen health all the time. Like, that was so much fun. There was so much like other fun things as well on certain classes, like just being able to get your supers back so quick as well, generate loads of orbs of light for your teammates. Like, feel like I said, every change has been made in favor of PvP, and PvP at the moment, for a lot of the community, people don't like it. And I feel like that is pretty clear and obvious that the player base has been dropping constantly ever since launch. A lot of my friends even say to me, you know, they're very good and talented players as well. You know, they all have like, you know, above like 2 KDs pretty much, and they're all really good players. And even they don't really like how slow and tedious the PvP is. So I mean, like I said, the time I think has come to balance them separately, and I don't want to see always like an overreaction when they either nerf or buff or do something, because it's happened so much in the past. You just need to tweak it a little bit, and you know what I mean. I don't want to see, like, it's hard to see like a game that I'm so passionate about, and you know I want it to be like amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, I do still like Destiny 2. I think it is a really good game, but there is a lot of things that I do feel like could be improved, and that's why I'm holding on to the first DLC. I'm really hoping and praying that it's going to get a lot better, but you know, I don't obviously know if it is going to. But yeah, I mean, that's currently a couple of my thoughts on a couple of different subjects, but I was really, you know, like I said, interested in the Reddit, you know, all these surveys that I've been seeing, and a lot of people have been, there was one of the questions, for example, was, do you think, you know, Destiny 1 is better than Destiny 2? And like 80% of the people that participated in the survey said Destiny 1 was better. Again, don't get me wrong, Destiny 1 does sort of have the advantage of obviously all of the years it's been out and all the expansions that have been released, but just overall fun in the game, I feel like Destiny 1 was a lot more just fun to play, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to make this video just to sort of get people talking a little bit, possibly, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and yeah, peace.